To start this out, let's define what the identity service is and what it does. So the identity service, it's a virtual appliance, and it's the component of the VCAC deployment that provides authentication and authorization to itself and also to other VCAC services. So those other components and services depend on the identity service for that authentication. So really it's a broker for authentication. A little bit more about the identity service. Again, it serves as a front end and also service level component authentication. So when you bring up the web portal, you'll actually be presented with a login box, and that's all being pushed through the identity service. Additionally, once you're already authenticated, so once you're inside the system, now you don't see this happening, but on the back end, the other components are using the identity service to talk to things like vCenter Server, vCenter Orchestrator, to do the actual work that you've defined within the blueprint items, but it's using the identity service for that authentication. It controls two-way communication between vCenter Server SSO. So if you're not familiar with the SSO piece or single sign-on, that is basically the identity and authentication broker on the vCenter Server side. So when we're not talking about vCloud Automation Center, that SSO piece handles all the authentication for those components, and then vCloud Automation Center actually hooks into that authentication piece through the identity service. So an important distinction to make there. We do rely on the vCenter Server SSO piece, but the identity service from a vCloud Automation Center standpoint is that authentication broker. It also allows integrations with other external identity providers, and we'll get into more what those look like, but it allows you to connect things like Active Directory or an LDAP server to populate user and group information and also to do authentication. So you're not holding all that authentication inside a local database, rather you're using an external provider for the identity checking.